I hope you can see that as well on here as I can see it.
The cleansing solution to the skin. This is just gonna prep and soften up our skin, so then that way when we go in for the actual clean, it will be able to remove all of the surface debris, any excess makeup, dirt, oil, and anything else that's kind of hiding out in our pores, including pollution.
And in New York, we gotta get the pollution
right?
off. Yeah.
It basically causes oxidative stress in the skin, and so it prematurely ages us. So yes, while we can use like antioxidants and vitamin C's, it's just great to get that out of your skin.
New York doesn't stress us out anyway, and it causes us to age.
Not at all, as the sirens go by.
Yeah.
This is exfoliating.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so if you take a look at the tip, you see it's kind of like almost looks like a little hurricane. But basically what it's doing is it's kind of, destroying everything in its path. So it's picking up and polishing off all of the surface debris and dead skin cells.
I think people would probably be concerned that it might hurt, and it certainly doesn't hurt at all. Like, it looks like I'm getting red and everything, but there's no pain. Yeah, so we're red so far, but it won't stay red. I've had this before.
Next step's going to be going in with our glycol prep. So this is our mini peel. You're not actually going to peel from it. There's no downtime, but this is basically 2 acids. So we have glycolic acid and salicylic acid, hence glycal. And so the glycolic acid is going to help exfoliate just that surface layer of dead skin, anything that's going to make your complexion appear a little bit dull. It can make your fine lines and wrinkles look a little bit more prominent. If you're a makeup wearer, it kind of makes your makeup look like just dull and textured. So that's going to get rid of that. And then of course the salicylic acid penetrates deeper into the pores, and what it does is it helps liquefy all of that excess oil, dirt, and makeup that's in our pores. Anything that's going to cause like blackheads, of course, breakouts.
This would be one of the reasons why celebrities like this for red carpets, right?
Exactly. And so the reason why is because, again, this is going to give you that like real instant glow, and also too, it will allow the makeup to sit on the skin nicer. And so it will kind of give you like that flawless airbrushed look. All right, so now that the peel is working its magic in the skin, and as you can kind of already see, you're already glowing, like in a way. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go in with our extractions. So this is another different tip. This is a little bit smaller, so it's precise. So it's gonna allow us to really go in on like the sides of the nose, where people tend to have the most blackheads. But with the extractions, we mainly focus on the T-zone area. That's the area where our pores are more prominent, our oil glands are obviously larger there, which is why we tend to have congestion in the T-zone.
I have those, they're not blackheads, like what do you call them, sebaceous filaments?
Yes.
So is this helpful for that?
It can help a little bit with it. I don't know if you can notice, but in the tip here, there's like a little bit of white on the side. Do you see it?
Yep.
So that's some of the gunk that we've already pulled out that's got stuck in the tip, which is awesome. But yeah, with the sebaceous filaments, the great thing about it is that the salicylic acid basically goes in and dissolves whatever excess oil you have surrounding that filament. And so when we're going in with this suction, the tip, and it's pulling all of that out, obviously the filament itself is an appendage in the pore. You don't want to remove that, because then that's going to actually cause more oiliness and cause a disbalance in the skin. So the best way to do kind of helping with those pores is to do something like this, because this is really going to help dissolve and pull out all of that excess oil without causing any damage to the structure of the pore. It's like pore strips and stuff like that, that pulls out the sebaceous filaments. So while it might immediately give you that gratification, when it's gone, your skin's like, whoa, what just happened?
And then it fills itself back up.
Yes.
If somebody also has like a really big like open breakout, would this still be an okay treatment for them to have?
By open, do you mean like a big whitehead?
Yeah, or like big acne spots, or
yeah, that's totally fine. Again, with your provider, depending on what it actually looks like or what it is, they can always just skip
avoid,
that part. Yeah. Obviously, with Hydrafacial, it's not something that we could do with like a complete face full of cystic acne. You don't want to do any kind of physical exfoliation over that kind of acne, but if there's like 1 or 2, that's totally fine. Another cool thing though with the Hydrafacial is that we do have a clarifying booster. So if someone is more acne prone or they have active acne breakouts, That booster is specifically designed for that skin type, and it can help bring the inflammation down. This is just neutralizing the glycolic acid. So glycolic acid stops working when combined with water.
Oh.
Another tidbit too, if you're using a glycolic acid, make sure your skin is totally dry, because if your skin is still damp or wet, you're basically just wasting product because it's neutralizing as soon as you place it on your skin.
That's such a good tip.
This is our Hydrolock. Again, we're gonna lock in that hydration for the skin. So there's 3 different types of hyaluronic acids in here. And so there's also fruit extracts. So it's very plumping, it's very calming. Again, it's all about that hydration. We want that juicy, plumpy skin. And for red carpet and all of that, this is gonna give you that radiant glow that you're looking for, because the more hydration you have in your skin, the more light is going to reflect off of your skin, which is gonna give you that glow. And again, with photos and things like that, we want that glass skin appearance. We want it to look super healthy and dewy.
I can't wait to see what this does, because I feel like my skin was already starting to look so good. And I've never tried this part. When I was younger, the trend was like very matte, everything.
Yes.
Like, I remember being in like middle school and being embarrassed to have any sort of shine on my face. And now I'm like, these girls do not know how good they have it, that you can have oily skin and have it be okay.
Well, hyaluronic acid in itself is a very large molecule, and our skin was meant to keep things out. So a lot of hyaluronic acids, while you are applying hyaluronic acid on your skin, it's not getting absorbed into the skin. And so what the Hydrafacial is able to do is that it's pushing it into the skin, and it's allowing it to really plump up from the inside out. Relax. So I like to first just cover with a cotton round. It does get really, really bright. And then we'll use the goggles as well.
Is there a good way for people to make sure that they're going to an authorized Hydrafacial provider?
Yes, so what you can do is you can actually go to hydrafacial.com, and on our website you have like the location where you're able to search in your area and see who's an actual Hydrafacial provider, so you know that you are in fact getting the true Hydrafacial serums, boosters, the peels, all of the good stuff. This is going to be on for 16 minutes for red light. What red light does is that it does a couple of things. It was actually invented by NASA. And what they found out is that astronauts out in space, anytime they had a wound on their skin or a cut or something like that, it would heal quicker when exposed to red light wavelengths, such as this one.
I feel like I look very, like, yeah, my redness is tamed already since just not touching it.
Yeah, but also too, you are slightly flushed from the red light just because that brings the blood flow to the surface. So our next step, which is our last step, this is going to be the antioxidant serum. And so the main ingredient in here is hyaluronic acid, which again, as we know, that's what's gonna cause that glow, the plump, the hydration. And then there's also antioxidants in here, and so that's going to help with the free radical damage. It's going to help with anti-aging. And then the other ingredient that has become the star ingredient recently are peptides. And so peptides are little tiny amino acids. They're little proteins, and they help your skin regenerate and rebuild collagen and elastin. So think about, like, we just gave your skin a good workout. This is basically like your protein shake for your skin.
Like, it's like depuffing me a little bit too.
It is. So all of the movements that we do with the Hydrafacial, it is in the lymphatic drainage movement. So the handpiece itself, when we were gliding over, and how everything's done, it actually is with the lymphatic drainage.
How often should somebody consider getting a Hydrafacial?
So every month, ideally, especially if you're trying to target a specific concern. So every 28 days, your skin cells turn over and they replace itself. Obviously, as we age, that tends to slow down, but ideally you want to come in every 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, she mentioned that I have some pigmentation from just some sun damage, and she mentioned that this can be really great for helping things like lasers along, which is really exciting as well.
So I'm just applying just the hyaluronic acid. This is, so now that basically all of our serums from the Hydrafacial are applied, this is now where you could top off with your normal regimens.
Say it was your wedding, say you're doing a red carpet, something that you really wanted to look great for. How soon prior to that event would you come?
Honestly, I like to say the day before. Yeah, I wouldn't do the day of, just because since we did
Yeah.
pull everything out. I mean, however, like, you technically could put makeup on tonight, but I would just say do it the next day. Just because we did such a good deep clean, we want to let your skin kind of, you know, rest and repair. Just want to finish off with a sunscreen.
As we must.
I love Dr. Nassif. This is a tinted mineral sunscreen. So this almost kind of looks like a foundation. It's really nice. So especially if you're someone that tends to get prone, or, you know, like red, but if you're prone to redness post-treatment, then this is great to just conceal it. But it's also going to keep you protected, just because we did do a deep exfoliation. So anytime you do exfoliate the skin, even if you're using glycolic or retinol, you want to make sure that you're using a daily sunscreen. Yeah. Granted, you should be using a sunscreen every day.
She's glowing. This is all the junk that was in my face.
So you can actually look at that.
I hope you can see that as well on here as I can see it. There's
like chunks.
There are chunks floating in my, what does this say, gunky?
Yeah, they're gunky. So another thing too, so while you can actually see like those physical like debris of dead skin and like blackheads,
I mean,
and all
it's
of that's
not clear, so.
Exactly. So the reason, so normally the solution should be clear, but the reason why it's not is just because that's all of the dead skin that's in suspension. So remember, your dead skin's microscopic, so it's in suspension in here, which is why it looks murky and gross, because that's all dead skin. And then of course you get more of those chunkers down at the bottom.
Chunks. That was very intimate of me to show everybody my dead skin chunks. But no, that was clearly I needed it.